So, good afternoon. I'm Jay Wu, and I'm the president of Women's Council of Realtors.
So happy that the seats are full.
Of course.
And we are all here together on this beautiful day.
Come on, this is Women's Council of Realtors. Good afternoon, ladies. There you go. My name is Martise Brumfield, and my role here with the Women's Council of Realtors is Director of Events. And you ladies are in for a treat today because we have the awesome and the fabulous Jade Mills with us today.
Jade Mills always says, if it's for giving back to women, just set the date and I'll be there. And so Jade Mills, co-banker, billion-dollar producer, not million-dollar producer. Welcome.
And I love her so much.
She was at my baby shower. Believe it? Obviously, you need no major introduction because you are so fabulous and have been in the industry for a very long time. But tell us a little bit about how you even got started.
I feel the same way about you.
I'm everything everywhere all at once, right? No, but Jade, I mean, seriously, you always say yes to lending a helping hand to others, and I think that's probably why
Other
you're
women
so, especially other women. It's all about sisterhood, truly, and that's what I admire so much about you. Is that back in the era when women were not about helping each other, and right now, I'm very fortunate that in the last 20 years, it's been more about how can women support other women, and you have daughters, and they're with you today. And I think they kind of like you. I think they kind of love you.
I am so blessed. I have 2 daughters and 2 sons, and my daughters are always around to support me. And now their daughters are around to support me. So yes, and it's so important that we all are family and we all support each other.
Well, but Jade, how did you find real estate? Tell us how you even got started. Maybe a lot of folks don't know your story.
Well, I was married to a singer, and while I was married to him, I was very, very young, and we were on the road for 3 years. And as soon as I got pregnant with Tiffany, he disappeared. So when she was 3 months old, I went out on my own. I hadn't graduated from college. I met him in college. We both quit school, got married, and went on the road so we could make his singing career wonderful. So Tiffany and I were alone, and I sold the little house that I had, and I said, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And I said to my real estate agent, Spike Dresser with Forrest E. Olson, I said, what's real estate like? And he said, oh, you'll be great, you love people. That's what he told me. That was all he said, you love people. So I got my real estate license, and I was off. And I really loved every minute of it. I didn't work for a very long time in between. I married my second husband, who passed away. So I didn't work while I was married to him. And then I met my third husband, and just as I was getting back into real estate, so he and I started my business now together, and this has been amazing. I love what I do, and I think that's what we need to do. We need to love what we do. And now all 4 of my children have real estate licenses.
Wow, that's amazing. Talk about keeping in the family. The family that sells together stays together.
That's right. That's right.
Amazing. Is there a moment in your career that stands out as an amazing experience? I know you're passionate about what you do, but is there something that was really fun or exceptional?
Well, I think the things that have made the most impact on me are people being able to buy that maybe couldn't or were really struggling to buy. A lot of times people will say, oh my God, you sold that house for $100 million. That must have felt so good. And what was that like? I can't even imagine. I said, they weren't excited. So for me, it was a sale. I love that. But the people that really have affected me are people that at the end of a deal, they'll hug and kiss and cry with me. And were so excited that they could buy. And that for me is the best experience anyone could have, is for someone to help someone buy their home where they're going to be for years and years.
For a new agent, what advice would you give them as they're starting out in their career?
Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. My girls are so sick of hearing this. But you can't sell a house if you don't know what everything in the area is worth, or a condominium and not know what the other units are worth. You can't go on a listing appointment and not know what has sold in the neighborhood. You can't work without the knowledge behind you. And when you go on a listing, you want to be the most knowledgeable person that has been there, that has talked to these people. So it's so important that you know what every house in the neighborhood has sold for, how many times, and they're really impressed if you can say who lived in these houses. So knowledge, most important thing.
But for those that have been in a long time, what would you recommend for them to continue to do?
Well, a lot of times after you've been in the business a while, you stop sitting open houses, or you stop going out and trying to meet people. You're never ever going to get a client or a listing staying home and watching a movie. I mean, many times I will say to my husband, oh, I don't know, do you want to go out to dinner tonight or whatever? We'll go out and we'll see 20 people that we know. And then those 20 people remember what you do. And then they think, oh my gosh, I have a friend that's looking, and so you must continue going out, and you must continue talking to people and calling your friends using your database.
Mm-hmm. Is there something that you'd like to share that we may not know about you? Since we're among sisters.
Maybe you should ask my daughters. Well, I was talking earlier, and I said, I wear my life on my sleeve. People say you wear your heart on your sleeve. My husband always says to me, if I'm talking to people, he'll always say, oh my God, you tell too much. You tell everything. And I do. I mean, I love my life. I've had ups and downs, but I love my life. I love what I've been through. I love what I've been through with my daughters, with my husband leaving. I mean, even my husband passing away, I feel I have grown and learned so much in my life. And I think you need to take every experience and make it a positive. So I think if anything, I would say that's what it is.
Oh my God, it's so true. It's like everything leads, it's all interconnected, right?
Yes, and it's just all how you take negativity.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to make it positive.
One of the things that Jade has always stood out for me is the fact that she is always willing to have a smile on her face and be nice to others. Always. No matter where she is, who she's with, you're so gracious as a human being. And I think that's your legacy. I mean, if you want to look back on your life, what would you say has been something that you're really, really proud of?
My parents were amazing people, and they always taught me to do the right thing. And to be honest, and to be kind to everyone, and to treat everyone the same. It doesn't matter if there's someone that's cleaning the gym, or if it's the Kobe Bryant of the team. You treat everyone the same. You do whatever you can do every single day to make one person happy. And if that's just talking to someone that's in front of you or behind you at the grocery store, you could change their whole life. And we've talked about this with my girls. Maybe someone was having such a bad day that they were thinking of doing something terrible to themselves. If you're kind to them, it could change their whole life. So I learned this from my parents, and this has always been something that has stayed with me and I think is so important. Just treat everybody wonderfully and enjoy everyone. Everyone has something to give you. You can give yourself, but everyone has something to give you.
I think I'm in tears and verklempt over that statement, because the world cannot have enough kindness, frankly. And that is a reminder, because when you travel outside of the United States, I was fortunate enough to go back to Korea for the first time in my life. And every place place, the sign was "Be kind." We may not understand what you're saying, but they're just asking everyone to be kind. And I think, if anything, the takeaway, and a constant we can never be reminded enough, is to be kind, not only to each other, yourself, but it truly, you don't know what people are going through. And there's a lot of complexity going on in the world. And now more than ever, if anything, if you gals can remember, just pay it forward to the next person you meet. How can you be kinder? How can you elevate your game of kindness?
It makes you feel good too. It makes you feel good to be kind to someone and to see that they're happy or that you've made them happy.
As a closing statement, is there anything you wish that you could have changed in the industry?
Wow.
I know.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think that things sort of happen how they're supposed to. And I think that strangely enough, when you think that maybe something isn't right, or you think that another agent isn't treating you right, again, you learn from that.
Yeah.
And I think, and also, if, again, with kindness, if you are kind to other people, it's really hard for them not to be kind back. So I think our industry is sort of known for, oh my God, those are used car salesmen, you know, but that is something that in the very beginning, when you first meet someone, be real, be honest, and try to have a great rapport with them so they want to work with you. And again, being kindness and opening yourself up is major in getting a client and keeping a client.
Yeah, I think authenticity and wearing your heart on your sleeve is so important. And I don't think enough people do that. But it does create that bond and that friendship, and it creates the ease in a transaction that you may not experience if someone's standoffish or wanting to be combative from the beginning. I mean, we've definitely experienced other agents who do that in this industry, or other vendors. And if we all kind of helped each other, it does make a difference in making it even more enjoyable to work together and get through a transaction. So we just say, you got in the business what year? Do you remember?
Well, this time I got back in the business in 1990.
Oh, okay. And I met Jade in 2002 in her office, and so
In our office.
In our office, yes, I know. I call it your office because, like I said, you are the queen. So I still look up to you, even though you're always such a
please.
leveler. I know, but amazing.